Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Talk of Purdue, where we're at the Queer Student Union's offices in the basement of Stewart Center. We're joined by its president, senior in the College of Liberal Arts, Laura Blackburn, and Laura's going to be talking to us about what's going on this week on campus, and that's National Coming Out Day. So Laura, thanks for meeting with us today.
Thanks for coming down, I appreciate it.
So talk to us a little bit about the events tomorrow. You got quite a schedule set up for you guys tomorrow.
Yes, well, tomorrow we will be having a resource fair, so a bunch of different offices and student organizations from around campus will be in Stewart 302. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we don't want to have anyone rained on. So we have moved it from Memorial Mall to Stewart, to the Stewart Center, just right upstairs on the third floor. We'll have, various different colleges around. We will be there, the fraternity and the sorority will be there, as well as a bunch of allied groups on campus. So it's not just LGBT specific groups that are going to be there. It's going to be a vast array of services.
And so is this one of the biggest events that the Queer Student Union puts on each year, or?
This is one of the events, one of our bigger events. We're actually co-sponsoring this event with the LGBT Advisory Board, and that advisory board is under the direction of Dr. Taylor, who's the Vice Provost of Diversity and Inclusion. So we've really been working, I've been working really closely with its chairperson in putting this together. We have a couple larger events. We have our biggest event is Gapril, which we have an amateur drag show, and we have a full month of events that we do in April, but this is our larger spring event, yes.
So what is the response you've always gotten, I guess, from National Coming Out Day on Purdue's campus? Is it something that you've seen or a lot of Purdue students participating in, or something that you really outreach to a lot of Purdue students to, like, outside of the LGBTQ community?
Right. Well, this is the second year that we've officially done. We've celebrated National Coming Out Day on Purdue's campus, and before then, it was always celebrated by the QSU, and we'd have various different events. Sometimes members would, put duct tape over their mouths and, kind of like a day of silence sort of thing, or just to kind of, symbolize, the moving of their voices, and then at the end of the day, kind of reflecting on that.
I know Purdue has sort of ranked in the low end of the Big Ten schools in terms of how it caters to its LGBTQ community. Have you seen some progress on that front since you've been president of this group?
Absolutely. I think that progress really got into full gear last year with our previous president, Nicholas Smith, and some fantastic Purdue student government representatives. Jessica Rombach worked really closely with Nicholas and updated Purdue's non-discrimination statement, which was absolutely, it was kind of the tipping point, I think, and that was last December. And ever since, Dr. Melissa Exon has come in and Dr. Taylor have come in, they've really been supportive of the QSU, and they've made LGBT equality and access to student services one of their priorities, which has been really nice because it hasn't been at Purdue for a very long time.
And do you think there's any specific challenges on Purdue's campus for LGBTQ students as opposed to, I guess, other college campuses?
LGBTQ students that come to campus do really face a unique landscape that other students don't face. Mostly because even though West Lafayette and the Lafayette area are fantastic and their human rights ordinances, the state of Indiana still has a very large, very supportive movement to ban gay marriage constitutionally in the state. And last year they tried to take away same-sex partner benefits from Purdue employees, and there's rumblings that they're going to try to do that again in this upcoming legislative session. And so when students see those kinds of things happening in the state, and things possibly affecting staff members, and trying to seek refuge from those kinds of things and coming to a student-run organization is difficult for a lot of people to kind of comprehend, especially people that are not from the Midwest and don't really understand the political dynamics.
A question I had is, I guess, what is something that you're hoping that Purdue students really take from National Coming
You know, you don't have to come out as gay. You know, you can come out as an ally. You can come out as, you know, as anything. You know, as long as you're, you know, as long as you're being like honest with yourself, and you know, the QSU is here to support you no matter what.
What do you think Purdue students, faculty, staff should be talking about through the weekend here?
You never know who's around you, and you know, we just want to keep, you know, we want to keep everything open and accepting. And so I would challenge those that, you know, that frequent the campus bars to be a little more conscious of their language. So.
Okay.
Great. Well, thanks, Laura, for talking with us today. And for everyone, this week on Purdue's campus was National Coming Out Week, or National Coming Out Day. But next week for homecoming, the Queer Student Union will have its own float at the homecoming parade. So you can see more of Laura then and be following the student union throughout the year. But thank you for sitting down and talking with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right.